Nako a little bit far away with the Purifying Flames. Cheshire Cat, good move there with the walk and TP out.
Yeah, that was a little bit, you know, somewhat hopeful. Like, you love the Wolves because they have the long duration, like, sustained damage. Just over time, can't time walk it, and I think they needed them a little bit weaker before they went for that play, but it's a TP out. You know, they'll take it.
Dire levels here. Not looking great. 4, 5, 5, 6.
Look at the last hit chart.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know. I'm switching between the two of them. You know, last hit, it's all green at the top. Levels, it's all green at the top. Net worth, it's all bloody green at the top. NaVi, even their support to farm. This Enchantress and Oracle getting a hell of a lot out of this entire map. It's just Value Town. Non-stop as Power Rangers. They definitely want to put a halt to this. Arise with his first RP of the game. He's been spotted by the Hawk. Maybe they can kill off Art Styles. Yep, they've got the spin. They've got the scoop. Giving Arise that kill puts them a little bit closer to that Blink Dagger. But it's all a fight screen. It's all a distant memory. And still, towards mid, Dendy is pummeling and pounding into this tier 1.
yeah, I like the bracers. I like to see him just finish up the drums. I think that's definitely the item here, just because Lycan's got other things to build, General's got other things to build, you know, building in these double Necros if they'd like, or you could even just go for the BKB if you really want a little bit of fighting power on your Lycan, and let the Beastmaster Necros just do their own thing. We need some auras though. Like, come on, General, get some levels here, boy. No more axes. Aura time.
Oh, they go to the Roar onto Kiana, the Juggernaut, the one-roll carry. Taken out by the offlaner support. I mean, Lycan was there, but I don't even realize I didn't even need it. Damage output was good enough from these two. Oh, Dendy just farms through his drums. Gets into the jungle, dips back in there to increase the GPM. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. These tier 1 towers, I feel, are just forfeit from Power Rangers. If they try and defend, it's going to be super awkward. Like, sure enough, they've got Chrono and Cheshire Cat, but what's their follow-up? Where does their damage come from?
They need like a solo Chrono to set up for an Omni Slash onto, I don't even know who you hope for, honestly. But like, even then you still have to just spam out waves and hope they can't take the tower with 4. I don't even think you can push into like a further engagement unless you get a really crazy overextension into like a double RP or something.
Oh, Arise, 1200 gold away from that Blink. Getting there. He's getting there, slowly but surely. Not died just yet. I mean, with that one kill, he has been, you know, he has been playing very well, honestly. With the amount of pressure that we've been putting on him, I think Power Rangers, they've done good, or they've done well to react to what NaVi are doing. It's just that their backs are up against the wall. They've got very limited maneuvers available to them. We'll actually try and counteract this and get some gold of their own. So, you know, you look at the kill on the Juggernaut, fair enough, it happens. It happens. At least Keanu is still getting his last hits, he's still getting some item progression, and he's not dropping that far behind. You know, he's 500 behind the Lycan in terms of net worth. It's not devastating. It's not completely game-losing. Power Rangers, they still have a chance. It's all about execution from here on out. As I just want to keep looking back. Dendy with 41 frickin' denies. Like, why? Why, Dendy? Why do you need this many? Why do you need 41?
It's a matter of pride at this point, honestly.
42. I'd be giggling to myself like, I'm denying all the creeps. But it's just one of those things, you don't need to do it. But he's doing it for the fun of it.
Yeah, he always does that. One of those guys. I like to see them get active with this haste rune, honestly. They're looking for the big kill here using this Chronosphere. Will there be enough rotations? Are they going to get it?
Oh. Jumping. Yeah, they've got it. Just Cat, Chrono's there. Death Ward out to J4 to place it well up at the high ground with the Laguna Blade. They'll secure the kill on Dendy. And Nako tried the counteracting TP in to try and save his mate. Not quite fast enough with that damage output from Power Rangers, just a little bit too speedy, but in the meantime, NaVi do get their name up on this tier 1 tower bottom lane. It's a lot of ultis expended by Power Rangers, so there'll be a bit of a lull here. While PR cannot fight, NaVi can. They're the ones that are now going to push forward like hyper aggressively and look for all these tier 1s, and maybe even Roshan.
Yeah, exactly. The Lycan on your team. Now they've got that tier 1 down, they can start looking towards the mid tier 1 if they want to maybe take that as an objective first. Potentially even just build up into your necro books as well. It looks like that's still not decided here for the Lycan. I'd say it might just be brown boot necros though.
Could be. And into Roshan they go.
That's a nice invis rune. They can set up for this.
Who has the invis rune?
Right, he's in the pit.
Oh my god, you're right. RP, you're up on the high ground, you're up, caught up with Arsenal. Then it's good back on to the Dragon Slayer front of the dropping close. Power Rangers Look at them go. He's going to get Omni Slash out onto Ditchira. The healing is not going to be enough. He'll pop himself into oblivion. As PR get a double kill out of that and that Roshan attempt. Oh man, I was looking like, who's got invis? Who? Arrived in the pit. Oh, Keanu, this is the play, mate. Oh, buddy. He's got the spin, but the damage output from Denny. He's running himself away, a little bit worried about what's going to come from the side, but the turn, the eclipse, takes him all low, but doesn't finish anybody off. The big stuff dropping out, they still catch. Just that with a Fortune's End, but the Hawk on the high ground. Perfect vision, good roar, and good old kill. NaVi is will clear up Roche, give it to Dendy. Yeah, definitely still got something out of that.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Oh, I mean, that's so ridiculous, having that invis rune. It's nice to have it, obviously, and getting it the Roshan bit, so it was well played by them, but very fortunate, obviously, for the side of Pierre, but they answer right back, NaVi. They managed to clean it up a little bit there. They're going to be able to grab themselves the tower, the Aegis, and it's still a pretty big battle, but that blink, man, it's all on the rise. Gotta believe in the blinks, the empowers on top of your Juggernaut for Keanu.
Middle tower has fallen.
Do you believe, Nuka? I don't know if I believe.
I believe in Big Mum. His wave clear, it has to come thick and fast right now. The Lino is like one of the few heroes here that Power Rangers have stopped and push in, but look in from the side. Keanu losing a lot of his HP as Victor up top full form and actually trying to chase down his Juggernaut, but spin out of the Fortune's End. To get PR back to safety, the trouble is, they're just losing their towers. They've got nobody on the side lanes looking to try and split push out. They've got the Chrono available, but Cheshire Cat, I think, is looking to try and jump and catch. But NaVi has spread so well. They could have a 3-man there. They had the initiation tool available to them, but it's just high ground defense at this point for Power Rangers.
And soon the map starts to be choked off here. Dendy's moving in towards that Rod of Atos, which is a lovely pickup here. Definitely more valuable before you go high ground, like in these tier 2 battles when you're when maybe Bignum's still a little bit too close, trying to wave clear. Any sort of outside the map skirmish. So the sooner he gets it, obviously it's gonna be a lot better. They got a nice little wrap here with General still hitting Roar. Catch them with the Sprite though.
This
they're
is
so deep.
the sneakiest move ever. Dendy, is this a bait? Nobody knows. Power Rangers haven't got a clue. The tier 1 mid is dropping low, and the rest of NaVi are coming in from the side. General still on the low ground, but a good blink out from Arise. A little bit further away as the cast slows the advance as well, but if you look at this, they pushed into mid tier 1. Up at top, Shiraz clearing out top tier 2. Dendy cleared the wave mid, so there's no further push in. Power Rangers have nowhere to go but one place. That's bot lane. Radiant Jungle is the safest place for them right now, as NaVi have, this entire section of the map all on lockdown just for them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. They're making the right play, I think, for PR though. Like, you just take whatever trade you can get. You have to stay grouped up. You can see it's only 4, but can they at least get that nice blink? General in the base.
Alright, the Magnus is caught, but it's a turnaround from PR. General, what was he up to?
He was hitting high ground. No, he should have known about the blink, so I'm not too sure.
Skewer back. Oh, Dandy. The spin from Piano will get him to safety. Throws out a couple of little spears. Power Rangers, are they grasping themselves back into this game? Is their high ground defense good enough to hold back against NaVi? Got some good ways of controlling. I'm just wondering about Cheshire Cat's decision to go Vlad's here. And with the amount of gold he saved up, he might be questioning it as well. That Blink Dagger is going to be imperative for PR. Get these initiations and defend high ground. There's no roar from General. He already used it mid, while he was deep inside the enemy base, so Cheshire Cat will be fine. Pull himself away.
Yeah, I really like this. It's something that I've kind of been hoping more of Void would look into when they're in this sort of position, because a lot of the time I still just see them go for the full out Vlads, but it definitely seems like they're going to be needing that Blink Dagger, get that perfect setup on the Chrono, get them maybe near the edge. So, like, even that first gank on Dendy, it was rather difficult, right? Like, the position of the Death Ward, they kind of just barely got it in some senses. Like, you had to commit 3 ultimates, but you can't afford that in high ground pushes. It needs to be immediate punishment on the hero of your choice during the Chronosphere and while it's still active.
Well, for what Power Rangers, they're trying to set the terms of engagement all on their own. They've got a good push in the top, they're pushing mid as well. And for the first time this game, NaVi are the ones that seem like, you know, they're maybe a little bit unsure about what they're doing. They get the tier 2 bottom lane, that's clear cut, but they're actually mass TPing back down to this top lane. Not this one coming in, so they will defend their tier 2. Well, the aggression from Power Rangers for once, but that's a good sign. That's a good sign from PR. They're crossing the river, they're getting things done, and they're forcing NaVi to react to them, rather than always the ones being on the back foot and having to, you know, defend Chrono to try and defend their high ground. As General's been left alone up at top, and Power Rangers know about this. With a rise in, flip forward, RPing back into the LSA, and the damage output should be perfectly good enough. Clear up that Beastmaster. Again, another great move by PR.
Yeah, looking good here. I mean, it's all an uphill battle. It's still very difficult. Like, even though obviously you look at the kills, maybe someone's coming in, they're like, oh, nice, easy PR game. But it comes down to that high ground push. And if NaVi make the big missteps, which we've already seen, like from General, he just got caught out once more. Maybe not a mistake so much that time, but previously up on the high ground, getting blink skewered. It's all going to be about this next big push with the double Necro 3s, because it's up on the Beastmaster, it's up on the Lycan, you've got that Rod up, you've got a Plate Mail, a Rise is way too deep, Skewers Dendy, nice little play there, so Rise goes down.
What, Dendy has his Rod out?
Positioning. Yes, Dendy has his Rod out, and it has massive range.
It does have massive range, yeah. Pulling people with that big old Rod of his.
No.
Doesn't have any difficulty getting it up, does he?
No, it was up extremely early, in fact.
Yeah, good stuff from Dendy, good stuff. They've got himself a Plate Mail. Defend against anything that'll turn back around on him, and you're right, these Necro 3s coming in for NaVi. 20-minute timing push. This is where PR, their metal is going to be tested. They don't have a Battle Fury on Jugger yet, but they do have Chronosphere. As Magnus, 25 seconds until RP is ready. I think NaVi themselves away. I wonder if Roshan is the next thing for them. Pushing high ground this early is a little bit scary still. Unless you get that pit outside of the base. Actually shoving up the ramp, it's not the safest thing you can possibly do, and they're going to find one. Cheshire Cat, the Roar. Oh, that was close. Apeshift,
yeah.
Even popped out by Ditya.
They're just playing the punishment game, basically. It's just going to be, before, like, we want to see TPs come back, we want to know that they're in the base, and then we'll go back and farm a little bit more. We're going to push up 2 racks again, and while during that whole dance, they just need that one pick off on PR, and then Roshan, of course, is going to be the big secure there, which we'll know about in just one more minute. And they need the Beastmaster chasing the Jug, right? That's the big thing, because you need that BKB cancel up against the spin, haha, like, see you later.
Do indeed. Power Rangers, they've got something else on their mind. They want Dendy's Rod, and they want it now.
Oh,
Blink forward. The move by Cheshire Cat, but the rest of the team is a little bit slow. But Carson Jonah has to flash down. Oh, he walks into the... Oh, the Chrono. Held their place a little longer. They didn't need it just yet. Dendy just zapped down by that Laguna Blade, and NaVi's caught with their pants down. Power Rangers, great smoke forward. And NaVi had no idea what hit.
Alright, looking good. This is exactly what you need. Possibly, like, I'm a little surprised at the vision, right, for NaVi. Like, you take a look at the actual wards that are on the map, they did just lose this one that was up here, but in terms of, like, this area and everything like that, and yeah, maybe you can say, well, they were smoked up anyway, but if you have wards in the jungle and you see there's no one here, right, and the waves were out this far, well, they're obviously smoked up. Maybe you weren't expecting the massive dive under your own tier 2 tower, but they are playing this precisely right, and it's such an uphill battle for them, but they're doing a great job. And at the same time, though, NaVi's like positioning is giving them this opportunity.
General has to keep these Hawks pumping out. He's given vision over towards the mid lane now. Ether Lens and building into Aghanim Scepter incredibly quickly. Yano finally has his Battle Fury. 5 to 9, 22 minutes in. NaVi, what is their lead like? 7,500 net worth lead, but that's dropping. Power Rangers are actually grasping themselves back into this game. Experience lead is nothing. We are having this big old Arise Magnus with Blink Force Skewer. Could be a hell to pay. Because Cheshire Cat, you know, we've seen his movements here with his Time Walk Chrono plays, and power up onto him. Pick off down a bot lane. A little J4. But yeah, this is something, you know, we mentioned about the Magnus Empower onto Juggernaut. There's also the Empower onto the Faceless Void. This guy could turn and switch back into this carry role, because we've seen him so often as his utility void. Vlad, Ag, Blink, Chrono, that's all he does. That's what he looks for, just a power play for the combinations. And if you have this extra damage on the Cheshire Cat, he can swap back, he can go back into like a Yasha, a Manta style, try and get the DPS flowing as well for him.
I think, yeah, that definitely is an option, right? Because you're looking at the overall damage on the team when you've committed to a Magnus and a Faceless Void, who are, more considered controlling heroes in two of your core roles, then someone does have to start going in towards that damage. Can't be just the Juggernaut, and so I think Faceless Void probably would be the way to go. Just use the Blink Dagger, build onto like a Maelstrom or something like that. Also gonna help against the push. Maybe you're gonna lose one of your lanes of racks, you might think eventually. So that could be very useful. What I'd like to see from NaVi, I think, is Boots of Travel up on General, and it looks like that is probably what he's building towards. It could be the Blink Dagger, but honestly, like if he can be the one who's actually keeping tabs on Keanu and being able to bots in during these scenarios where Dendi catches him out with a lift, doesn't have time for him to get in there and guarantee there won't be the spin TP out. And Ryze is caught bottom.
They're gonna drop though. Force and skewer away. He's okay for now. The Hawks, the Wolves even. Be able to trace his footsteps, but take a look. The big man's back in his cave. Roshan returns to his mother's basement, and NaVi comes to the victor. Trying to take the Aegis Immortal, but he's gonna put it on offhand. So they give it to Dendi. Give it to, yeah, he's using his last monster.
Yeah, it's gotta be Dendi.
So regen run down there for him. Tira.
Radiant's top
that
tower
like him?
has fallen.
Guess the fact you've got this Snake Oracle behind Dendi, just looking for that save the entire time. That's what they aim for.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dendi's gonna achieve his guard instead, I guess. Oh wait, but he already has this slot. I feel like that was an accident, because he even gave his bottom away.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Sure. Aegis is always one of the big items over onto all.
They're diving big.
Catches Big Num. LSA is good and keeps Big Num alive, but he's been blocked up by these creeps. They don't choose to commit though. NaVi realizes if they lose a hero here, then it's ended instantly. The Chrono catches Dendi on the very edge of his wings. That was a good one. Onto Big Num and the Astral RP onto a number of people. NaVi fought, but then there's damage left out here. So we're going to play takes out Dendi. Sidra already. Oracle is out. And Sidra trying to swipe the win, but the stun did Rise. He's struggling. He's struggling. But the target is being locked in place time and time again. And now they'll finally catch Jugger the Lina and maybe a Rise, but they don't have that jump roll again. It's on cooldown for General. On the back end, Cat will blink, time walk, jump himself around, keep himself hopping out. Oh, misses that hit uphill. I'll allow Cheshire Cat to blink away in 3 seconds time, but he's got to be wary about his positioning, running out of mana with a burn from the Necro units. Now he can finally TP away. Blinks up onto the high ground. Gonna jump, he's out. But that there, that's why you give OD the Aegis. Devastating stuff for NaVi. Their push before they even get to the high ground is just demolished by PR.
Alright, well, what do you think if there was an Aegis on Dendi during that?
I think
it seems like all that control, like, wasted on the Lycan. They played it just right by not killing him, but if that was on the OD, I don't know.
I think NaVi wiped them if OD has Aegis,
Yeah.
but then there's also the question that preempts that. If they know OD has Aegis, do they jump on him?
Yeah, but what if you don't jump on the OD? Like, if he comes high ground and you have to commit chrono, like you have to chrono the OD, right? I feel like that's the only way you're killing him every single time.
One. Oh, Power Rangers still have a number of their ultimates. About 10 seconds. See where NaVi push high ground tier 3, take rack, but it also could be that Power Rangers get that one overwhelming team fight win. NaVi to retreat and bail out. With this tier 3 dropping so incredibly quickly though, the inner beast. Oh my god, these Necro units. Slapping away at the racks. Look at that, they're dropping quickly. Arise takes out one of the melee ones. Keanu thinking about getting in there with his empowered Battle Fury spikes. Only flash if they're ready. Won't be able to save their melee racks.
Dire's middle
Does drop to the wall, even with a force staff there. The NaVi, they got what they came for. There's no reason, there's no need to force a fight here when he's pushed into high ground. Do know that Power Rangers have the full arsenal of spells at their whim just to throw out.
I was meant to have this.
Alright, well, now the question is, can you get anything done the next 2 minutes with the Aegis? Probably not. You should just be happy, I think, with the melee. Hope you can maybe find a pick off, and it's unlikely you'll actually have the Aegis prepped and ready to go for your next high ground push, so it's on, I think PR needs that nice chrono outside the base for a pick off, and then thanks to the, like, if you can get up towards the Aghanim Scepter, right, you only need 1,200 more gold, and then you can continuously go for pick off, and then defense, pick off, defense, and always have chrono up and ready.
Well, Ditira, you've got this Aegis for, what, a minute and 15 seconds, something along those lines. He's just forced Power Rangers back. Could be somewhere they can turn around on, but Ditira just wants them to try and pop the Aegis and get some utility out of it. You know, you bait an ulti,
Exactly.
you bait an ulti, you bait a couple of spells, and you're all happy. A fully completed Assault Cuirass. Watch what Dendi's doing up at top. He's shoving in his wave so they can transition from mid to top as quickly as they possibly can. So Power Rangers, it's time to set up. Honestly, they need a ward over here somewhere. They need vision in this area, but they've got nothing. They've got no observer wards. They've got no vision of what NaVi are doing and what they're prepping for. Those art styles does not have a creep, but the great thing is he does have Aghanim set for the Dragon Lance. So this impetus throw in Enchantress be shredding through the Juggernaut.
All on Cheshire. I mean, it is really scary, right? Like you have Cheshire Cat obviously going to having the Chronosphere, and then it is a pretty sick setup for the magnets. And if anyone's going to get this timing down, it's going to be a Rise. You've got the Empower, you've got the Battle Fury for the Omni Slash. So how do you play this from NaVi? If you can just split push with Lycan on one side lane, can they kill him without using Chronosphere or RP?
Then the big question is who goes first, right? Because with two heroes like Magnus and Void here, these are heroes that rely and really utilize those split-second actions of jumping in and landing their ultimates. You know, there's a fraction of a second where it's like, right, I can get this Chrono on 4, I can get this RP on 4. You have to have such supreme communication between these two players, or at least knowing that, you know, Arise has said, I'm going to RP before you Chrono. Well, Cheshire Cat is the one that's going to Chrono first, but they've got the roll on to Cheshire Cat's going to be no Chrono here, and they just jump straight on in. Good force stab from Arise. Gets him back, but Dendi drops the hammer. With a buyback available, Cheshire Cat can return to the land of the living, but Ditira is the one forcing himself upon this middle lane with brute strength. NaVi will at least try and force this buyback out of Power Rangers, but look at the Juggernaut down to 2/3 HP from 3 infinite shots, and one of those missed. Full lane interaction mid, with the summons coming in RP. Nice. All catches 3, Ditira, Dendi, Ron. They're all getting shredded by that Kiana Juggernaut. And Dendi escapes from it, he doesn't have force stab, he's got nothing to get himself out of here, and he's just straight up rocket, he's through behind the enemy rack. And that's without even using the Chrono, which he'll throw onto Seneko. Arise is waiting for the shockwave to steal the kill. Of course. That with gratitude. Lane of Rack's defended. NaVi.
I feel like they're just playing this totally wrong. And part of it is because of the way that Keanu is doing a really good job of pushing that bottom lane. Like, he's always been keeping it pushed out, but there's just Necro units in another lane, and you're threatening top. You need all 5 heroes to pull off these combos up top that you're seeing. Like RP, Chronosphere, you need the LSA, you need the Cast bouncing, you need the Death Ward, you need the Laguna Blade. Someone's gonna have to be pushing out Necro creeps, you know? Or even if it's just Lycan in another side lane. I mean, he was farming jungle during that anyway, so should probably just be like on the wave, perhaps.
Radiant structures
Seems like really poor positioning is allowing PR to have a really big shot at this game. Like, I mean, you have to respect RP and the Chronosphere and play around it.
Definitely do. The BOT's on the Lycan, at least he can get his split push on a little bit harder here. Maybe you think about grouping up 4 of NaVi off the top lane and have Lycan just try and split push bottom.
Yeah, and then what are you gonna do? Like, if you don't have RP or Chrono, how do you kill Lycan?
Stuff. Go Mech and Aetherlens art style. You're going to be heading into that Moonshard. Looks like he is Hyperstone, and you've already got an AC on Ditira, so you don't need another one of them. Dendi has slowed down a little bit. That's progression now back into back to Shiva's Athos. Shadow Blade from Lina. Not something we see every day, but closing in on level 16 with Aghanim Scepter already up, Big Num. I honestly think from the start of the game until now, Big Num, outside of, you know, a massive 5-man Chrono or a massive RP from Arise or Cheshire Cat, this Big Num Lina, and now with the Witch Doctor Aghanims as well, 2 supports of Power Rangers are going to be more impactful than the rest of their team. Just landing a Laguna Blade, getting the numbers advantage, taking out someone like Artstar, someone like Dendi. Therefore, bouncing during a Chronosphere is going to be huge for them.
Big's been doing a great job. I mean, he's more farmed than Artstyle, and Artstyle's had the entire map.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like you said, NaVi, through poor positioning choices here, have allowed Power Rangers to get away with a lot of things that really they shouldn't, and a lot of that is farming. You know, Juggernaut was struggling to get Battle Fury in the initial part of this game. Now with Battle Fury Manta sitting at 15,000 net worth, he's caught up to Dendi. their foot off the pedal a tiny bit in general. Blink BOTs, running low on mana though. And keep this lane pushed in as hard as you can. Like, this is where Na'Vi, they've got to try and
Dire's
keep the
bottom
lane
tower is
equilibrium
under attack.
across the river, right? They've got to have these lanes meeting here, here, and here. Because then they just open up the map for themselves. They can farm their jungle if they want to, if they feel pressured. But on top of having the equilibrium there, it's not just that one part plan. You need vision. You need key vision points. This one's great, watching out for smokes moving across. You've got wolves now moving in to try and keep tabs on PR. But they've already smoked and they're trying to get this little circular motion in through the jungle. RV. Gonna go for a smoke of their own. Smoke into smoke. One in general. I think they're gonna run themselves down to mid lane and maybe go in for the wraparound like this. Gonna walk straight into the jungle. A to B movement. They're gonna walk into oh, the Shadow Blade's there. He was spotted. Cheshire Cat. No one can see their force OD. With that false promise down, the Good Blade's gonna do a decent amount of damage, but it comes back on. It's NaVi that is ready. Rukiano will pick up the North. No mana to pop his ultimate. No mana to do anything. And Power Rangers, they're the ones that are caught out. They didn't get time. It didn't get time, mop packs. Corona was decent. But NaVi just clear up the house. And what looked good turns disastrous, and the buyback only available on your Magnus. You've got no heroes to defend. This is going to be a full lane of that, and maybe even good game. The general, he's on a tier 4.
I mean, it was so good, right? Like, every single one of PR's smokes had worked out extremely well. They got a kill, I think, every single time they came out of the base. That's what you need to go up against these big push strat and everything like that, but one misstep, you're still so far behind in so many aspects, and unfortunately, that will be the end of it.
Oh, RP from Arise! Artstar just completely fucks him up with the impetus damage though. Oh my goodness, GP just caused so much. It's done. One viewer has received the prize for witnessing glorious victory of NaVi. Congratulations, one viewer.
It wasn't me.
I don't think it was me either. Well, NaVi showing they've still got it, but showing they're also still a little bit rusty. I think that was good showing from Power Rangers there. Draft a little bit wonky, but good execution nonetheless with something that both of us, we both thought it was subpar up against NaVi's draft.
Yeah, eventually they just, I don't know, maybe just not enough damage, I'm not sure. In the early game, it got completely out of control, right?